The world of sports is no stranger to big moves, but sometimes there are those jaw-dropping moments that make you say, "Did that really just happen?" Ladies and gentlemen, this is not your ordinary sports update. Oh no, this is big. Huge, in fact. I've been watching the headlines, the whispers on social media, and I'm sure you've heard the buzz. My friends, is one of those moments. Jayden Daniels, the electrifying quarterback from LSU, has just signed with the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, you heard that right. The 2023 Heisman contender and dual-threat quarterback who turned heads in college football is now heading to one of the most storied franchises in NFL history. But why is this such a shocking move, and what does it mean for the Dallas Cowboys? Let's break it down. It's not every day that a player of Daniels' caliber is available, and yet here we are, witnessing an incredible twist in the NFL offseason. To understand why this move is so seismic, let's first look at who Jayden Daniels is. Born and raised in California, Daniels had a standout high school career that set the stage for his rise as one of the top quarterbacks in the nation. He chose to play at LSU, and from day one, it was clear that he was something special. His combination of arm strength, mobility, and football IQ made him one of the most exciting young talents in college football. During his time at LSU, he didn't just put up impressive stats, he was a dynamic playmaker who could change the course of a game in an instant. Whether it was a perfectly placed deep ball or a dazzling scramble that left defenders grasping at air, Daniels was an impossible player to defend. In his final season with LSU, Daniels accumulated over 4,000 yards through the air, nearly 800 yards on the ground, and accounted for more than 40 total touchdowns. His performance earned him a spot as a Heisman finalist and cemented his status as one of the best quarterbacks to come out of the college ranks in years. Now, we need to consider what this means for the Dallas Cowboys. America's team has long been associated with big moves and high expectations, but they've also been plagued by inconsistency at the quarterback position in recent years. Dak Prescott, while talented and beloved by many, has had his struggles, particularly in high-pressure situations. Although Dak has put up solid numbers, the postseason success has been elusive. The Cowboys have always had the talent, but the question remains, can they get over the hump? Jerry Jones, the ever-ambitious owner of the Cowboys, isn't interested in just being competitive, he's obsessed with winning the Super Bowl. It's no secret that the Cowboys have been seeking a way to elevate their team, and while Dak has had his moments, this move suggests the front office isn't waiting for a miracle to happen. They're taking matters into their own hands. Enter Jayden Daniels, a player who could potentially be the spark the Cowboys need to push them back into the Super Bowl conversation. Jayden Daniels signing with the Cowboys is a bold statement about the future of the franchise. But it's also a message to Dak Prescott that his position is not guaranteed. While Prescott still has the talent to be an elite quarterback, his inconsistency has raised doubts. The Cowboys aren't known for their patience, and the pressure on Dak to perform at the highest level is now heightened. The presence of a young, dynamic quarterback like Daniels could push Dak to improve or force the team to reconsider their long-term plans. This scenario is eerily similar to the one the Cowboys faced when they drafted Tony Romo as an undrafted free agent, and Romo eventually replaced Drew Bledsoe as the starting quarterback. In the NFL, competition is king, and Daniels' arrival creates a fresh sense of urgency within the Cowboys locker room. What does Jayden Daniels bring to the table? Well, let's start with his skill set. As a dual-threat quarterback, Daniels can beat teams in multiple ways. His arm strength is elite, allowing him to make every throw on the field, whether it's a deep shot down the sideline or a quick-out route. But where Daniels really separates himself is in his mobility. He's not just a quarterback who can scramble, he's a playmaker who can turn what looks like a busted play into a game-changing moment. Whether he's evading defenders in the pocket or taking off for a 50-yard run, Daniels is always a threat to make something special happen. The Cowboys have never had a quarterback quite like him. Dak is mobile, but Daniels has a different level of elusiveness that could make the Cowboys' offense more unpredictable and dangerous. In addition to his mobility, Daniels has a quick release and a sharp football IQ that allows him to read defenses and make adjustments on the fly. He's not just physically gifted, he's mentally sharp, and that's what sets him apart from many of his peers. Daniels' signing has massive implications for the Cowboys' offensive scheme. Offensive coordinator Kellen Moore has always emphasized a high-powered, versatile offense. He's known for utilizing a variety of formations and creating mismatches on the field, but with Daniels under center, the possibilities expand exponentially. Moore can implement more read option plays, RPOs, and zone read concepts to take advantage of Daniels' dual threat abilities. Imagine the Cowboys running a play action with Tony Pollard in the backfield, and Daniels has the option to either hand it off or take the ball himself. The defense will be forced to play honest, not knowing whether they'll have to stop Pollard or contain Daniels. The added threat of Daniels' legs will force defensive coordinators to scheme differently, and it could open up opportunities for the Cowboys' star wide receivers like CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Brandon Cooks to get even more space to make big plays. Additionally, Daniels' ability to extend plays will be a huge asset for the Cowboys' offense, as it will give them more time to find mismatches downfield. His presence makes the entire offensive system much more dynamic and harder to predict. On the flip side, there's the question of Dak Prescott's future. For years, Dak has been the face of the Cowboys, but that status has come under scrutiny in recent seasons. While he's been solid during the regular season, there have been moments where he's failed to live up to the expectations in critical games. His performance in the playoffs has been particularly scrutinized, with many questioning his ability to lead the Cowboys to a Super Bowl victory. Enter Jayden Daniels, the young phenom who could become the face of the franchise if Prescott isn't careful. Daniels' signing puts immediate pressure on Dak, and it creates an interesting dynamic. Does Dak thrive under pressure and elevate his game, or does the presence of a younger, more dynamic quarterback push him out of the starting role? The battle for the starting quarterback position is now wide open, and it could be a defining moment for both quarterbacks. If Daniels can prove he's ready to play at the NFL level, there's a very real possibility that he could take over the starting role sooner rather than later. As with any major move in the NFL, the reaction from fans is split. Cowboys fans are notoriously passionate, and their opinions on this signing are no different. Some fans are ecstatic about the idea of adding a dynamic, young quarterback with such immense potential. They see Daniels as the future of the franchise and believe his skills could finally take the Cowboys to the Super Bowl. Others, however, are more skeptical. They feel that Dak Prescott deserves more time to prove himself and that adding a rookie quarterback might disrupt the team's chemistry. It's a delicate balance, and the coming months will be crucial for both quarterbacks. Training camp, preseason games, and practices will be the ultimate proving ground for Jayden Daniels and Dak Prescott, and fans will be watching closely to see who emerges as the leader of the Cowboys offense. Ultimately, this is a move that's going to change the entire landscape of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether Jayden Daniels becomes the starting quarterback or not, he will undoubtedly force the Cowboys to rethink their offensive strategy and re-evaluate their long-term plans. The NFL is a league that thrives on change, and this signing is a perfect example of how quickly things can evolve. Jayden Daniels' potential as a game-changing quarterback cannot be ignored, and with the right development and support, he could very well lead the Cowboys to a future of success. However, it will all depend on how the team handles the competition between him and Dak Prescott. Will Daniels rise to the occasion and seize the starting job, or will Dak show that he still has what it takes to lead the Cowboys to the promised land? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure: the future of the Cowboys is about to get a whole lot more interesting. As we look ahead, it's clear that this signing marks the beginning of a new era for the Dallas Cowboys. Jayden Daniels brings excitement, potential, and a fresh outlook to a franchise that has been searching for answers at the quarterback position for years. The question now is whether that potential will be realized or if it's just another chapter in the long and complicated saga of the Cowboys' pursuit of Super Bowl glory. Only time will tell, but one thing's for certain: the Cowboys' offseason just got a whole lot more exciting. But hey, this is the NFL, and anything can happen. Make sure to stay tuned to the channel for all the updates on this shocking move. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single second of the action. Catch you next time!